Okay, so going back to the presentation, I also inserted a word cloud, and as you can see, there are some common trends with both the one that we created now and ones that some words that I found online that are common sources of stress for college students. So thank you again for participating in that word cloud. And this next slide is, why is it important to know how to deal with stress? It is important to know how to deal with stress because continuous stress leads to feeling overwhelmed or unmotivated, and the human body needs to alleviate stress through relaxation because it needs to alleviate it in order to function. And this is important for us as college students because we need to be functioning properly for schoolwork and for our personal lives. And if you let stress continually pile on without relief, then it could lead to distress. And distress is a negative stress reaction, which is an unpleasant emotion alluding to sadness, which makes it hard for students to deal with life events. And this next slide is about resources you can utilize from home. And I know that we've talked about it in previous presentations. So if you guys can list down some resources that you think I may be talking about in the next couple of slides, that'd be great to show your knowledge from previous community meetings. So I'll just take a second. So going on to the first resource center, it would be the Disability Resource Center, also known as the DRC. And the DRC provides accommodations for students with disabilities in order for them to have an equal opportunities throughout in-class work, coursework, exams, and for other accommodations for other outlets. And if you feel like you need accommodation, you can speak to a DRC service coordinator to find an accommodation that may fit your disability within the exhaustive list of them. And I think there would be a link in the chat if you would want more information over the DRC. And I think there's also a mentor who has an experience with the DRC.
Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about the DRC because I utilized the DRC for all of freshman year. It was definitely a big change for me, you know, going into college, taking college level exams, and being in a lecture hall with like 200 students. It caused a lot of anxiety. And my mentor, when I was a bridge student, advised me to go to the DRC and just kind of go talk about that because I never felt like I had like test anxiety back in high school because of how small the classes were. But going into college, like obviously it was going to be a lot different. And when I went to the DRC, they told me that the accommodations I can get is an extended time on all my exams, including quizzes. So not just finals and midterms, but also quizzes. And also a space for me to take the exam in a different room. I know some of my mentees have utilized the DRC and have told me that it's a much better experience because it doesn't cause that much anxiety during their exams. And apart from this, they also offer like opportunities when it's in person. They offer free printing, just a free study space, you know. And also, I've also worked for the DRC as a note taker, and anybody can do this as well. It's if somebody in your class, for whatever reason, requires someone to take their notes, like let's say they broke their sprained their wrist or broke their arm or something, they can hire someone in that same class who is like good at taking notes, and they'll share the notes with them, and you get paid a good amount. I think it's actually, I'm not going to say how much it is because it could have changed, but it's per quarter, and you can continue on and being a note taker for every quarter, depending on like what classes require a note taker. So if you click on that link, there'll be more information about being a note taker and also just getting accommodations from the DRC themselves.
Thank you, Adriana. The next resource center that we're going to be talking about is the EOP Wellness program. And what they strive to do is provide funding for students to participate in recreational and athletic related activities. And the hope is if you alleviate the cost for students who may not have the funds to do this, they will venture out and participate in these activities in order to alleviate stress as well. And then they also provide students with weekly emails with tons of resources and opportunities. I know just last week there was a giveaway of a bunch of UCSC merch. So definitely keep on the lookout for those emails. They're really informative and really resourceful. And yeah, they just hope to be an incentive for students to build networks and form a sense of belonging through extracurricular activities. And I know you would think that maybe if you're off campus, you can't participate in these, but they also have virtual activities, which I think Ian will be talking about later. And we also have a mentor representative to talk about the EOP Wellness program as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Elena, but I go by Mari. So I'll be talking about the EOP Wellness program. Honestly, like it's a really great program to have on campus because I know for me, for example, I can't afford to go when this was in person rock climbing or like take a full like class on like taekwondo or like sparring or whatever like you're interested in. Like tennis classes sometimes cost like $100 a quarter, and I'm like I can't pay $100. But wellness tries to cut the cost for students so that they can just go and like take the class for the quarter and it's free. Um, I really appreciate it because I was able to go and do yoga for like a whole quarter, and it was so relaxing and nice. And the only thing I had to do at the end was take pictures of the class and then state why I really liked it. And also wellness holds like a whole bunch of events at the Arc Center when this was in person. So that would be um face masks, and also like during February they would have like days where like students can go and like make little gifts for like their roommates or their boyfriends and girlfriends. And like they have that type of stuff throughout like the whole year. And I remember one time they had like make your own jams. Like you literally were able to like make your own jam there. And I think they ran out, and they really tried to make sure that students are able to participate in a variety of activities. I know they switched it to online. For example, a couple weeks ago, one of the students had a music, like basically make a playlist to reduce stress and like anxiety and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that you check out wellness and like see what they're doing this quarter.
Thank you so much, Madi. And moving on to the next resource center would be the Slug Support. Their mission statement is serving UCSC students in need through preventative outreach, collaboration, and care. If you feel like there's something that's really stressing you out, an issue that you can't seem to resolve yourselves, what they aim to do is to intervene early on to prevent an accumulation of these intense student issues. And the way that they intervene is through a plan development that they go through with you. And if you feel like this is something that you're going through, you can submit a request through the UCSC Slug Support referral page. And if you're off campus, again, don't feel like you're left out. There is a resource website for off-campus students. And as well, you can click the link to find out more.
Okay, so I actually have a pretty recent experience with Slug Support. So last quarter, I ended up breaking my glasses. And so I set up an eye appointment, and I, went through with the eye appointment, and it turned out that my lenses had to be, like a special type of lenses. So they came out to be a little bit more pricier than I thought. And so I decided to reach out to Slug Support because, the budget is kind of tight. So yeah, I reached out to them, and they were able to help me out with the majority of the cost. And yeah, they're really great, and they're really helpful with, if you need to cover expenses that you have, and, for, if you're in need for groceries, money for groceries, or, any type of support, they're really there to help you out. So, feel free to reach out whenever. And it's really easy to make an appointment. You just have to, send an email to the is it the dean's student? Yeah, something like that. It'll be on the website. But yeah.
Thank you, Carla. And then moving on, we will be talking about their learning support services, also called the LSS or MSI. They provide tutoring services for students, and usually the tutors are students who have taken the class prior. And this is also an opportunity to build connections with tutors. So not only are you learning from the tutors, but the tutors are learning from you because you can take multiple courses with them. I know my Chem 1B tutor last quarter was following students throughout the Chem series. So that's really beneficial that the tutor will know like the way that you learn. And there's really something for everybody because they offer not only one-on-one tutoring, but group sessions as well. So if you feel like you work better one-on-one, then that's available. But if not, there are group sessions. And they also provide writing and reading support, as well as for math and science. And we also have a mentor representative for this service as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Esteban. And to add on to what Raquel said, actually, Raquel and I had the same tutor for Chem 1B, and our tutor was just an amazing, amazing person. She really helped us really grow our learning in chemistry, especially chemistry is a hard subject. So tutoring really helped us both with the subject, and it's helped me a lot since my freshman year. I've taken tutoring with LSS, and it's like a supplemental add-on for your learning, especially when sometimes professors, you might not understand what a professor might have said or taught, but the tutoring tutors, they really they've helped me a lot with all of my classes, and sometimes they've even helped me with some tests to help me with answer some questions. And even like today, I was even with the tutor one-on-one learning biology, and it was amazing because it was just me and my tutor, and it was great. So I would definitely recommend LSS if you need tutoring support. And sometimes if there's a class that you're struggling with and there's no tutor available, you can email LSS and they might be able to connect you with a past student or to help you find a tutor. Thank you.
Thank you, Esteban. And the next resource that you guys should all be very familiar with, as we are all a part of it, and that is EOP Bridge. So as you know, EOP Bridge helps high school students transition into college by helping you guys meet university level guidelines. And then us as mentors, we aim to provide you with guidance and advice on how to approach and evaluate different situations. And the way that we do that is through directing you to the appropriate resources based on the issues that you approach us with. And as you guys know, these are done, meetings are done through one-on-one sessions on a weekly basis. We also have a student representative for this.
Hi everyone. To add on what Raquel was saying, yeah, EOP Bridge has definitely helped me a lot during my first year. I wouldn't have met my closest friends that I currently live with now, or that are also all EOP mentors. So yeah, like Bridge has definitely changed that. Like I feel like I wouldn't, not that I would have left the school, but I feel like I wouldn't feel like belonged or a part of the school if like EOP Bridge didn't help me. Also, like my mentor really helped me out because like during spring quarter, I had like imposter syndrome. Like it really hit me hard. I felt like I didn't belong in the school due to like academics, but my mentor really helped me out, like having those one-on-one meetings and her expressing like how her experience and other people's experience and that I'm not alone in this. And it was just really helpful. And she also gave me like a one-on-one tour on like different resources on campus. And we will also be doing that in a game in the future, but that's just like a little teaser. But yeah. And yeah, and hopefully next year, when we have the Bridge alumni, y'all get to meet each other and share like different experiences y'all had and have like games in person. So hopefully that does come in reality. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Seth. And then the last resource center that we will be talking about is counseling and psychological services. And we actually have a guest speaker for this resource center, who is Jessica Magallanes Evans, who is a clinical psychologist with a multicultural focus. So I'll go ahead and pass on the mic to her.
Great, thank you. So, hi everybody, my name is Jess. I'm a psychologist at CAPS. My position has a multicultural focus, and so I work with a lot of our kind of diverse student populations. First and foremost, all of our services at CAPS are completely free and confidential, right? So it means that you've already paid for them. You can come, and it's confidential, right? So like your parents don't know, your friends don't know, nobody knows, you know, all the information that you talk about with us is safe, right? We offer individual, brief individual therapy. Everything's done over Zoom or phone. What you'll do if you want to get in touch with CAPS is that you'll call our phone number, right? Because we're doing everything remote now. The best way to get a hold of us is to call us. Our front desk staff are super great, and they'll walk you through the process of making your first appointment. We also have some therapy groups. You'll be able to go on our website and find the list of our groups that are available. The therapy groups are nice because you can go to them every week. It's a place to connect to other students and to talk to your peers about what's going on for you. There's instructions on that flyer of who to contact if you're interested in a group. We have anxiety and mood toolboxes that are kind of like brief workshops that just allow you to gain some strategies and some tools to manage some of your anxiety. You can also check out our website. It's right there where you'll find all this information. Now, for those services, you do need an appointment, but we have services that you don't need an appointment and you can just drop in, right? So if you feel like you're in crisis, if you needed to talk to somebody immediately, you can just call our office, and we have a 24-hour crisis line. If it's during office hours, you'll speak to one of us. If it's after hours, it's option 3, and you'll speak to a trained counselor over the phone, right? So it's always available for you. We have some groups that are weekly drop-in groups, so you don't have to register for them. You don't have to sign up for them. You can just drop in. One that has been going on this academic year is a 30-minute guided meditation, which is really helpful, right? If you just like are having a bad day and you need a space to just relax, the guided meditation is really nice. We also have Let's Talk, which is a 20-minute consultation. Let's say you're not ready to meet with a therapist yet, but you do need a little bit of advice. You can go to our CAPS website, look on the calendar, and quickly drop into one of the Let's Talks that are available. I think I have one more slide. Oh yeah, so here's some other CAPS resources that you can utilize, right? We have psychiatric services, so medication services as well. We have case management services. Let's say you want to get in touch with Slug Support, but maybe you're not really sure how. You can always speak to one of our case managers and they can help facilitate that for you, help you connect to other organizations and department on campus or off campus. We also, you know, ourselves, if you're looking for something that's longer term therapy, we can get you referrals to people off campus. Here's some new things that I really like. These are online apps that are free for UCSC students. So Therapy Assistance Online, it's like an educational kind of module where you can learn about depression, anxiety, stress, relationship stuff. And it helps you just to kind of learn about what those things are. And again, kind of build some tools that you can do at your own pace. There's a guided meditation app also. And then our CAPS peer education program. So our peers are our way of kind of promoting CAPS services, and you can check out our Instagram where we give wellness tips. We promote events and we promote services as well. So feel free to check all those things out.
Thank you so much, Jess. If everyone could give her a warm welcome round of applause via the reactions, that would be great. And Jess will be on for at least 10 more minutes if you guys need to private message her at all with additional questions. Okay, so now I will be presenting. My name is Ian Bedessa, and I will be discussing what you can do at home. So I will be talking about self-care tips and tricks that you can easily do at home to distress and take care of yourself. My first tip is to find time for yourself. Look over the schedule of your week and set aside time for a walk outside, a quick meditation, a breathing exercise, or basically anything else. This can help structure days and times that you can take to get back to yourself. We can be so easily invested and occupied by our schoolwork, responsibilities, or even socializing that we forget to focus on ourselves. Last year, I kept saying yes to so many things to the point I wasn't spending much time to make sure I was prioritizing myself instead of everyone else, which led me to burning out. When so a question that I have for you is, when is the last time that you took a day or a couple of hours to be with yourself? Well, good, Raquel. So you may be thinking, what if I don't have a lot of time out of the week to prioritize me? Well, a quick answer is a DIY face mask. These take roughly 5 to 15 minutes depending on the mask that you do or how many that you do. If you can fit in a few here and there, it can really help break up those stressful times with your academics. Plus, these will help you stay situated in a space you are comfortable being in. For me, when I do face masks, I look something like a sci-fi movie. So I tend to chill at my desk or my bed and doodle or watch a show. And here I added some quick ones, a turmeric honey, an avocado oatmeal one, and a yogurt and turmeric. These all help with different things like exfoliating your face, rehydrating, and help toning your skin. And we've included a link here, which we'll be sending out the slides after the presentation where you can access for more. So another great way to help reduce the stress of life is to exercise. To some, exercise is running 10 miles or swimming laps in a pool. But as long as you're getting your body into some physical activity by going outside for a walk, a jog, a circuit workout, or hiking, exercise has proven to help reduce stress and anxiety. When you become invested on the activity that you're doing, your mind redirects the focus onto what that is. You will focus on breathing, making sure you're not going to trip, or possibly the scenery that you're running through. When you exercise, you also release endorphins. These are mood elevators and painkillers. They help reduce stress hormones that take the form of adrenaline and cortisol. For me personally, I try to implement at least an hour of exercise 3 to 4 times a week. And a great outlet as a student of UCSC is that we get access to free fitness classes through FitLife. They have weekly classes that range from Pilates and cardio kickboxing. I included the link, which you'll be able to access later on, or I'm not too sure if another mentor is going to throw it in there, but these are just great ways for you to schedule into your week. And they usually are just an hour long. And I have actually done one of these. I did cardio kickboxing for a while, and it really did help kind of structure in that exercising time for me. Feed yourself and stay hydrated. Your body is similar to a machine. Without giving it the right nutrients and fuel, you won't function as well. By not eating proper amounts of food and drinking, your body becomes dysfunctional. You may experience fatigue, headaches, mood swings, have trouble sleeping, having little to no energy throughout the day, and dizziness. I know I sound somewhat like a WebMD diagnostic, but it is best to stay on top of these two. Without the proper balance of nutrients your body needs to function, you may find it difficult to focus on your homework or pay attention during a lecture. I added these pictures that can help direct you to the amounts of water you should be drinking daily, and also various vitamins and minerals from food that will help with the functionality of your body. Cook, bake, and hydrate. I know I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but I wanted to bring up how cooking and baking can be a great way to distress in between classes and homework. By taking time to prepare something, you're stepping away from academics. It's a satisfying and often intriguing thing to do. Having to read ingredients, figure out a recipe again, and again, this redirects your mind onto something besides academics and the stresses or anxieties of school. Whether you bake a batch of brownies, make a cucumber salad, or make a cup of chamomile tea, it helps. And again, like the previous slide, it's important to fuel your body. So in a way, you are killing two birds with one stone. Another super important thing is to enjoy the little things in life. It can sometimes be hard to fit a lot of time into your daily schedule. So zero in on the little things. Do a quick breathing exercise, stare out the window, get a glass of water, close your eyes and let your mind go blank, or water your houseplants like I like to do. Integrating minimal but detrimental breaks can help ease your mind and allow you to focus better on your studies. I often will go out on my porch and soak up some sun for at least 10 minutes, 5 if I don't have the time, or even turn on a podcast to distract my mind. Being a full-time student and possibly having other responsibilities makes you feel like you always have to be on the go. Slow down, take a breath, and relax for a moment. You got this. Sleep is so important as a college student. Create a set schedule and evening routine to strategically get your mind ready for bed. You can do this by creating a sleep playlist or listening to a podcast even. For me, I have a routine of getting my pajamas on, brushing my teeth, washing my face, and listening to a podcast called Radiolab, or even just listening to some calming music. Having an irregular sleeping pattern causes your body to go into a state of fight or flight, making it difficult to sleep, even if you yourself are tired. By having an inconsistent sleeping pattern, you can create even more stress and anxiety on your body that will eventually lead to insomnia. For me personally, I have struggled with insomnia in the past. I didn't prioritize things that I needed to get done, leading me to sleep even later than I wanted to, which led to waking up, and then I would eventually wake up super early to finish them. And then like throughout the day, my mind would just be foggy and I wouldn't feel great. Now, I sleep around 10:30 or 11 p.m. and I wake up early as 6, 7:30, and 8. Like it varies, but I saw the effects of what happens from not prioritizing my sleep, and I needed to change it, and it worked out. Another thing that is pretty prevalent with college students is taking naps. A part of your week, maybe you feel the necessity to take a nap. Try fitting it in so that you get at least 20 minutes of rest. Your body needs to go through various levels of sleep in order to feel some rejuvenation. Too much sleep or too little sleep can cause fatigue and headaches, not to mention disrupting your sleeping pattern again, especially if you're taking a nap later in the day past 5 o'clock. So if you're struggling to sleep or don't feel like you sleep enough, think about what the issue is and switch things up. It takes about 1 week to get back or to get your body back into the rhythm of this sleeping schedule and only 1 to 2 days to disrupt it again. The benefits from getting this routine going include having a better mood, productivity, your heart's health, improvement in memory, and it helps boost your immune system, which is very important right now as we are in a pandemic. But thank you guys so much. And now I will be passing it over to Jocelyn to discuss how to stay driven academically.
Hi everyone, my name is Jocelyn. So I put in these little just 5 minutes self-care like little tips and then daily wellness tips, just in case you want to come back to the slides. We are definitely going to send these out to you guys. You can save the pictures and just have them there as a little reminder. So my slides are going to be on how to stay academically driven and motivated. So some tips on how to stay on top of your academics. So first thing we wanted to talk about was privacy. So setting boundaries with your family, roommates, friends, whoever you might live with. Just talk to them about any time that you might need alone to study, be in class, do homework, take that time for yourself, like Ian said, which is very important. And so some things that you can do in order to obviously have that conversation with other people in order to have that time for yourself. And some things you could do are put a sign at your door. Ian talked to me about this actually, which I thought was super awesome. He put a sign on his door just, for the times that he needed to be alone. And then I don't have my own room, or at least I didn't at my house back home. So I would have to kind of just take over my sister's room. So I just kind of go in there and be like, oh, I'm gonna need your room, thanks. And then she would leave. Sometimes she was kind of mean about it, but talking to her can help, or them, and then set up a space somewhere for your work. So that is really important if you don't have your own privacy. Just setting up a little corner in your living room, anywhere. That's kind of what I did at some point when I was back home. I set up a little desk in my living room. But you can set up a space anywhere, just in order to kind of have that for yourself and not be bothered. So taking a break, this is very important, mostly since we are online. I think taking a break has helped me so much. So the way that I have been taking a break usually are taking a break after I put on the slide 50 to 60 minutes, which is what I read on. But usually I like to do, if I'm in class, I'll take a break after class. But if I'm studying or doing work, then I'll take 45 minutes and then I'll take a break to just complete kind of an hour. And you could just set a timer for these breaks. And usually I like to take a break. And then if I have another assignment due, I'll start working on that and then take another break and then switch it up just to kind of, keep my mind not just focused on one thing only and just stressing about it. But you can set a timer and then, you can grab a snack, very important to eat and just kind of re-energize. Do some stretches, just some easy stretches, go like that, or stretch your back because that can hurt a lot after a long while of sitting. And a lot of the times I tend to not strain on my back when I'm doing work, which can be bad. But also grab some water. Inside, staying hydrated is very important. So during your break, you can, go grab some cold water, as I've seen some people really like. And then also change your scenery. So I usually like to go from my room to the living room to the dining table. It's very important. I don't know. To me, I think it's very helpful to change your scenery and kind of refresh your mind and just refresh what you're looking at. Because, I don't always want to be looking at the same thing while I'm just trying to study. So looking at different things can be very helpful. So getting some blue light glasses. Blue light glasses can be very helpful when you're can be very helpful when you're just staring at the computer all day. They help with reducing digital eye strain, reduce headaches and migraines, which I know I get a lot after a long day. My head just gets really bad. My head just starts hurting really bad. So I think getting some blue light glasses can definitely, it's been proven to help with that. So yeah, we also, so like how Seth said, yeah, there are some very affordable options. And then right here, we linked Zenny's Opticals. They're very financially accessible. Ian actually told us about this website, and his glasses, the one that he's wearing right now, are from Zenny's Opticals, and they look awesome. Even in person, they look amazing.
And just really quick,
Go ahead,
okay, I was just gonna say, Zenny's Opticals, when you order them, you don't have to yes, you don't have to have a prescription for them. So you can get unprescription blue light glasses with various styles, and they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, so blue light glasses are just very helpful overall. Mostly now, like we're online, so it's like we're pretty much on the computer all the time, and that can definitely help with your vision. So just some other tips. So getting a comfy seat cushion. We by we, I mean everyone on my roommates and your mentors. We all got seat cushions because they're just really comfortable. Yes, show them off. Seth is showing hers. Yeah, we have one of our Katara, Seth's cat, on one of the seat cushions. They're really that's how comfortable they are. The cats love to sleep on them so much. But but yeah, after just sitting, you can honestly, it helps me sit for a long time. I remember like just sitting on the chair would like hurt me really bad, and I hated it. So getting these seat cushions have definitely like been able to, the dorm chairs. Yep, that's the ones that we have. Those hurt so much just sitting on them. So seat cushions definitely help with that barrier. So set up a desk. So just, setting up your desk and like putting little things that you like. I have a bunch of like little things that I just like to look at, like whenever I'm just kind of, dozing off, I'm like, oh, like that's there. Getting a plant. We have these, like we usually always have like flowers at our dining table just because they're really nice to look at, mostly when we're studying. And we get different ones from Trader Joe's. Yes, the candles. Candles are really nice too to have around your desk. And then setting up creating a to-do list. So when you're studying, I normally use the stickies from the Mac, like the Apple laptops that they offer there, and just setting up like for each of my different classes. Like I like to put what chapters I'd have to read or like what homework is due, and it kind of just keeps me on track because I have the sticky notes always open, so they're always just there. And kind of similar, setting up small goals. So if I know I have like a midterm coming up, then my goal would be to like read 3 chapters that are going to be on the midterm by then. And it kind of just, when you have your goals, I feel like you're more motivated to do it because, it's like, it's a goal that you put out for yourself. Obviously, you're going to want to complete your goals. And then trying different studying routines. So like reading the textbook, I usually love to do this when I'm studying because for math classes, I feel like there's no really right way to study, so I never really know what to do. And reading the textbook helps me so much just because I like, take notes on it and then create my own mini textbook of like just very important things that I need and kind of take out all that other, I don't want to say useless, but not as important information that they put on textbooks. Studying in intervals. So kind of like the taking a break part, you study, take a break, study again. You can switch it up too, because that can be very helpful. And then helping others. So like setting up study groups and stuff, like, I feel like once you're able to explain something to someone, whether it's like a math problem, like a chem problem, or just even like an article that you have to read for a class, if you're able to explain it to someone else, then you definitely understand it. And like in the process of explaining, I have found myself to be like, oh wait, that's not right. Like, why am I explaining it this way? And then I go back and then it kind of helps you break down everything and really like have it in detail in your head. And then lastly, fake deadlines. So I do this all the time. So if something is due Friday and I know I don't want to keep working on it Friday, I will set up my my fake deadline and put it up for like either Thursday or Wednesday. I usually like to do Wednesday because it's the middle of the week. Usually Wednesday, and then if I know I still want to revise my work or something, then I'll do Thursday. But setting up fake deadlines, so I know procrastinating is such a big thing. Like even for me, like I hate to like just get started on things. I don't know why. Like I always want to push it off far as I can. But when you set up your fake deadlines and like you really believe that it's your, like I know it sounds a little crazy, but you like have to believe it. Like you have to be like, yep, this is for sure like the deadline. Like you have to believe it, or otherwise it's not gonna work. But yeah, like once you set up your fake deadline, and you can still procrastinate, but you'll know that you have to get it in by Wednesday, even though it's technically actually due Friday. But yeah. time management. So this is something that we kind of talk about all the time with you guys, I know, but it's very important to stay organized. Like that is the biggest thing about time management, is staying organized. And then in that, like adding your study times, adding your break times. I have I have my nap. I have like I know it sounds like kind of childish, but I usually add like a time for napping whenever I like, wherever it fits, just that I can know that that's like my break. And then, you know, like your study time. So, you know, like I usually have my time management sheet open all the time, and it's just there, you know, like when I have to study, when I have to do anything else like that I might have put on there. But yeah, like also adding your self-care time, your relaxing time, just to have that time for yourself and be able to kind of get not completely unfocused from school, but yes, get unfocused from school and really focus on yourself. And then holding yourself accountable, because what's the point of having all of these things without you holding yourself accountable? I think that's one of the most important things, is knowing that that you have them there and holding yourself to it and actually doing it. And then lastly, Google Calendar or your timesheets are some very useful resources. She does look mad. So usually I love to link my Canvas calendar to my Google Calendar, just because all of your deadlines and anything that your professors might have put out there, like quizzes, assignments, will show up on your Google Calendar as reminders. And if you don't know how to do this, I would recommend asking your mentor, just because they can definitely go over linking that with you if you haven't had it linked yet. And then asking for help. So we did talk about this a little bit in the last community meeting, but asking for help, like in anything that you might need, like also just with work or, you know, understanding class material, going to your professor's office hours, very helpful. They not only just to ask questions, but also to get to know them a little bit and like the things that they're doing on campus. A lot of professors are doing research and stuff. So talking to them about that and getting to know them and like making connections. And also like if you have a question on anything, like your professors are more than likely will more than likely be able to help you better, just because they are putting the material out there. So they have to know how to explain it. This isn't the case all the time. I know I've had bad experiences with going to professors' office hours. So going to your TA's office hours, like sometimes they are a lot more helpful than your professor, depending on how they are. But yeah, and also because they sometimes have more insight and are more like lenient towards like the things that they tell you and how they explain it. Also your class sections. I know class sections aren't always mandatory. I've had that case for like my math classes pretty much all the time that they're not mandatory. But still going, because that's a great place to be able to ask your questions or even ask other people's questions. Not ask other people, like hear other people's questions. So like if, you know, someone might have a question that you didn't even think about and you're like, oh wait, like actually like that's very helpful. So yeah, and then LSS and MSI, we already kind of talked about that there, and I put the link again so you can sign up. Your Bridge mentor, we're all here to help you, of course. So if you have any questions at all, you can always text us or, you know, our meetings, call us, anything, email us. We're here to answer any questions you might have. And then your EOP advisors, they're also here for your support. We have advising week kind of coming up. So, you know, if you have any questions, you can definitely save those up. And for those meetings, you can also, again, get to know them. It's very great to make connections with your advisor. At least I had such a great experience when I made my connection with my advisor. And your college advisors, they're also there to support you. Of course, if you've had any questions about like any other major or anything, they're also there for that. And then lastly, friends and family. So it can be hard sometimes to like ask them questions, but I've had, well, at least for my friends, I've been able to ask them a lot of questions about like not deadlines, but like graduation requirements or like class requirement, like what is it called? Like grade requirements, I guess. But yeah, we're all like everyone around you is a type of support. So definitely utilize it. And then Q&A. So that was the end of our presentation. And we are, did anyone have any questions at all about any part of it? You can type it in the chat or unmute yourself. So if there are no questions, I hope everyone is taking or was taking notes, because now we're gonna play a game of Jeopardy. So we're gonna go into breakout rooms in a moment. And in the breakout rooms, the mentor there will explain the rules and everything. Yeah, so I'll just open the rooms up right now, unless anyone else wanted to say anything.
Put Marty on the spot. Them noodles look hella good. Sorry, you smacking them over there. But go ahead.